Code red. This is not a drill. Dan Scavino is B-2 bomber posting on social media, and you know what happens next. If you don't know Dan Scavino, you should. He's a man who's been by President Trump's side for nearly 40 years, probably the single most trusted advisor to the president, the voice of Donald Trump when it comes to digital media, and a man who runs all presidential personnel. And so he's a man who knows what's about to happen. And when Dan Scavino starts posting videos like this, it means it's about to pop off. He did this before we blackbagged Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela. He did this before the Iran war popped off. And everybody has the spider sense that something's about to happen, and something strange is happening right now. President Trump has canceled all plans this weekend, told top administration, military, and intel officials to cancel all of their Memorial Day plans. And Donald Trump is back at the White House and hasn't been seen. All reporters were sent out of the White House, ladies and gentlemen, late last night. Something's about to happen. This is one sign. This is another sign. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Dan Scavino posting at 1 a.m. in the morning a video of him and President Trump walking into the White House, but it is the music that everybody is cueing in on. The Nessun Dorma, the sum of all fears. Scavino dropping hints tonight what's about to happen. My guess is they're going after the uranium. Here's the video. You can see President Trump here walking into the White House. You see sort of his silhouette. A sign that everyone in the White House has been working overtime and that, well, it's about to go down. Dan Scavino has been posting nonstop about the B-2 bombers. This one, just a 2-second video of a B-2 bomber. I guess we'll see. Of course, Queen and Pavarotti. Look at this. It's about to pop off, man. Is it going to pop off because of the threat against Ivanka Trump, the president's daughter? We just learned this a couple hours ago. This story broke, a world news exclusive, the number one story on earth, that Ivanka Trump was targeted for assassination by Iranian terrorists in twisted revenge plot. The dude's a legit terrorist. He had plans for her home, plans to kidnap President Trump's grandchildren, go after his beloved firstborn daughter. I'm not sure, but all the pieces are starting to come together, and President Trump has done something very strange. Donald Trump has canceled all of his plans. Donald Trump does not normally do this. President Trump often, virtually every weekend, golfs on the weekend, gets his business done at one of his golf courses. Donald Trump canceled a planned trip and all of his Memorial Day plans as well. He was going to go to Bedminster, New Jersey, in order to golf, but instead Donald Trump stepped off Marine One right back to Washington, D.C. This was not part of the plan, which is causing a ton of speculation. And you can see here Donald Trump marching into the White House and the doors shut quickly behind him. Donald Trump canceled all plans and is now back in D.C. CBS is reporting intel officials have also canceled all of their Memorial Day plans and are on standby. Something seems imminent. Here's President Trump arriving back in a rainy Washington, D.C. this weekend. U.S. military intelligence officials canceling all of their Memorial Day plans. We'll see. There's great speculation as to whether this could mean it's going down in Iran, Cuba, or both. My sources tell me that Pakistan's Field Marshal Asim Munir is on his way to Iran to deliver a final ultimatum from President Trump. Give up your enriched uranium immediately, or you will be turned into a glass factory. Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump is convening his senior security team meeting this morning, talking about the Iran war situation. He's seriously considering launching new strikes against Iran, barring a last-minute breakthrough in negotiations. Trump is considering launching new strikes in Iran. Trump's messaging all week has been hitting as well. Trump is telegraphing that he's about to strike, which is normally not his MO. Misdirection may be afoot. We'll see. Is there misdirection happening right now? Could it be that they're focusing on Iran when it's really Cuba is their aim? I believe the liberation of the most wonderful people of Cuba from the clutches of communism is close at hand. Cuba Libre, says Lindsey Graham yesterday evening. Well, if anybody would know, it'd of course be warmonger and neocon Lindsey Graham. Cuba might be in American territory by Tuesday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Is Donald Trump going to pop off knowing that it is a federal holiday on Monday? Iran has shut down their airspace. Trump's canceled all plans and is back at the White House, and they just uncovered a plot to kill his daughter. They effed around TikTok. See here, the Iranian airspace has been totally cleared, except for one flight from Pakistan. One flight from Pakistan went in with the Pakistani negotiation team. So hopefully a good sign there. Obviously, I want peace in the region. Heavy interference, red zones, massive GPS jamming detection across Iran, Iraq, Kuwait. So you can see the GPS jamming happening right here. Well, glad I stocked up on popcorn. Action coming soon. I fear that Trump is skipping his son's birthday to spend the weekend in D.C., something he normally isn't keen to do. His son's birthday. Okay, yeah, I mean, maybe he's also skipping Don Jr.'s wedding as well. A sign we should brace for something crazy this weekend. Even libs are able to see it happening. Cuba, 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 Cuba. It's all popping off. I guess we'll see. Pakistan Air Force jet departs Karachi, reportedly heading for Iran. So maybe they'll get the peace deal done, and maybe we'll take over Cuba. Trump may be gearing up for a renewed round of attacks on Iran, or he may overthrow the government of Cuba, or he may just drink a Diet Coke or enjoy the long weekend. Everybody zooming in on this Dan Scavino clip. None shall sleep. He shares a clip with the Nessun Dorma. The song plays at the end of Sum of All Fears when Jack Ryan allies assassinate a global conspirator. Sum of All Fears is mentioned in multiple cue drops on Iran. I just heard something crazy is happening inside of the White House. They have no idea what's coming. Iran war this weekend, 100%. People are saying Tulsi Gabbard resigning yesterday is a signal and a sign. Iran rejects deal to hand over highly enriched uranium. Trump rushes back to D.C., canceling plans in New Jersey. Last time Dan shared this video was an hour before Epic Fury. Tonight is the FAFO time. As we've shown you. There it is. I mean, the entire administration is really plainly telegraphing that they're about to strike. This is not, if it's not misdirection, then Trump clearly wants everybody to tune in to what happens next. Yeah, that's the sense that we get as well. The only reason I would ever skip my kid's wedding, Don Jr. is getting married this weekend in the Bahamas, is if something absolutely massive was about to go down. So massive that missing a wedding would seem small by comparison. Are we going to war? It's President Trump saying that he's going to skip Don Jr.'s wedding. U.S. Southern Command is prepared to begin offensive operations against Cuba and the godless communist regime. Raul Castro might be captured this weekend. Make Cuba great again. And of course, the Domino's pizza tracker is experiencing 227% spike right next to the Pentagon. Always a beacon and a signal, a blaring signal that something is about to pop off militarily. Pretty sure when you try and assassinate the president's daughter, all negotiations are probably off. War is coming. See. We'll see. Trump doesn't go to his son's wedding. He goes to the White House instead of a normal trip to New Jersey. Tulsi Gabbard steps down, China trip over. Reports Trump is considering bombing again, and Massey loses. All signs point to an imminent attack. We'll see. Middle East tensions appear to be escalating again. Iranian airspace restricted. Iran's military posture has reportedly moved to maximum alert. Fighter activity has been observed across the region. GPS disruption is happening now. I don't know, man. Iran airspace shut down. War is imminent. right. And one plane has flown over Iran. And we'll see. One plane from Pakistan. The final message, the final warning, I don't know. But I have a sinking suspicion, and we've been right on these things because we pay very close attention that we are either going to take over Cuba or Iran this weekend. One or the other. So stay locked in, Patriots. It's going to be a wild Memorial Day weekend. Pray for the president, his team, and for wisdom. It's your boy Benny. See you all, Situation Monitors, on the internet.